so my phone is not on Wi-Fi. Then it had a delay. I'm gonna appreciate that. I'm not accepting less, knowing that there is pristine service anywhere. I'm never going to settle for less. I'm never having to be mediocre. I'm never going to allow myself to keep getting less to tell me that I'm moving too fast. No, I'm not. All of this stuff is available. Or I'm not moving fast enough. I have my own life. I have found that I can do things according to who I am and be wildly successful without someone determining for me what I want in my life. I am dealing with a lot of stupid shit, and it's ridiculous. Can't get a fucking job? Seriously? And then today, I have been trying to apply to colleges. Yeah. And probably each time I've tried to submit my application, just so happens that the CAPTCHA would not let me submit my fucking application. Get the fuck out of here. Then one place says to me, enter your name. And if you don't have a first and last name, and if you only have one name, click yes. I said, oh, they're smart. This is great. I felt awesome about it. It was great. Tell me why these motherfuckers still tell me, oh, no, you can't submit it like that. You have to submit your first and last name. Okay, here it is. Because if receipts don't fucking matter, but just in case anybody is wondering, come on, what are you talking about? This is some bullshit. You're making this up. This is why you're mentally ill now. This is why Are you literally still living in a time where you're going to let someone literally pimp you into motherfucking death or to motherfucking be stupid? I'm not. I don't even have proper shoes to do what I want to do. You know, and that's fine. I can be barefoot. That's all perfect. Everything is fine until it's no shoes, no shirt, no service. Until it's, oh fuck, I gotta pee. Oh, okay. Do I risk going to jail? Every fucking thing is stupid. Everything is stupid. So I have to decide what I'm going to allow, what I'm going to work toward, what I'm going to do for myself. I have nothing but myself. Spilled my fucking garlic powder in my whole bag. I'm literally like, oh shit, somebody cooking something. It smells great. It smells good. Wow. I can't eat it, but I smell the seasonings. So I'm lying on my book bag, trying to get warm after being rained on. Hold on, let me see what this is. Okay. So, one thing I have to say about Renee, she gets on my nerves. I can't stand her. I don't agree with her. The things that she does is hard. But she is a great individual. She really is. And I always say that. I cannot take it away from her. Who she chooses to be for her own life, Renee Lee, that's who she is. I always have said that. I have not said anything different because how could I ever change that? That's for her to change. If I find something different, then but it's consistent because she has relationships with herself and many others that I cannot determine for her to say any different. I just can't. It's no way that I can do that. And I'm not. And I ain't. But that does not mean that the way that the shit that I go through is not real. It is. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And guess what? Everybody is not likable. Everybody don't have to fucking like me. They don't. And that's all I have to say, because I need to find my own fucking route. How I live, how I eat, how I am, how I do things is much different. If someone is thorough in their own culture and someone else comes along and they cannot control and change and someone won't accept it, that's fine. And a lot of times you're not going to see someone accept someone that is totally independent in their own kind in someone else's house, especially when they have limited resources. And that's just how it is. And I'm not stupid, but that don't mean that I'm not going to pitch a bitch. And that does not mean that I am fake, and I'm not. I'm fighting. I'm not playing. Yes, days come, days go. Shit is how the fuck it is. But that never takes away from some of the creativity that someone has within themselves and the things that they do for their own self. Whether it be academic excellence, just the whole idea. I'm not gonna lie. She makes sure that my son gets up, he goes to school on time. I already said that. She makes sure that he has, but there are some things that I absolutely will never and won't ever agree to. I'm not. I'm just not. I said it yesterday. There can be a level of multiculturalism. There is some diversification that is present that is not being properly well managed. And I understand that, and I know that. However, I must go on with my life. I cannot keep sitting here waiting for them to throw me in jail and be like, that's it. That's too stupid. Like, I cannot keep being in this type of city environment, this state. They're lazy. They don't do shit. Like, they don't work toward a motherfucking thing. They don't want to even argue. They don't want to feel shit. They want to pop a pill, give a jail sentence, give some dumb shit, but then make somebody go to a fucking public defender because they're lazy. They still, what's the point of us putting you in jail if we were going to want to fucking talk to you, bitch? No, we're not. We're going to let you know. We're going to send you up the fucking creek, up Shit's Creek. Up Schindler's List. I don't fucking know. But it's bullshit. And I am not going to appreciate it. I'm not going to tolerate it. And here is the next point. And look at what the fuck these motherfuckers said to me. I'm like, every time I be like something is great, they turn out to be fucking garbage. Oh, now it won't even let me. Okay, I was about to say, what the fuck? So here it is where it is showing. Oh, no, bitch. It's you? Because I had submitted everything. Once I put my name in the system, I had submitted to begin to create an account to begin my application. All these motherfuckers are advertising on my page. I don't appreciate motherfuckers subscribing to my page, knowing they're not supposed to, just so that they can get their self. Because you know there's some nosy motherfuckers out there that do some hell of a fucked up intrusive scouting and dumbass shit on people's shit or someone's stuff. I'm not going to agree with that. I don't understand it. I'm not having it. It is inappropriate. And it still has not been addressed from their motherfucking management. This is the shit that is stressful. They don't have their work done. They are behind and they're still getting money in. And they do little shit like this that, you know, what I mean by behind is meaning this. And what I mean is this. Apparently, they're just allowing systems to come into effect in their places of business. And they're not ready. They are not approvable mechanisms. They are insufficient in the way that they choose to address their work and their criteria, their qualifications. These are highly sensitive matters that deserve attention immediately, now, because it's bullshit. It is an amount, I believe, of some sort of discrimination. Who gives a fuck about discrimination any goddamn way? Seriously. All of this fucking unfair competition, long-standing contest, and then you got a referee of discrimination, the word discrimination, that actually calls bad calls all the fucking time and is disrespected and never held to the regard that it should be for whatever fucking reason, because everybody just find that somebody has to keep being a damn child, you know. But it's a child, never an infant, never to be able to say, no, this has to be growth. This has to be continual growth. Seriously. I'm trying, and I want to get the fuck up out of this area because I have nowhere to get food. The bus systems are an inch away from just totally pissing me the fuck off. The games and not the games, but the bullshit that they do. Like, motherfuckers know, okay, you trying to get, now you, oh, okay, they looking to see, what are you looking for? Some kind of idealizations or something of me? But where is it coming from? I don't trust you. It's not like you have been perfectly fine to me and then now I'm like afraid of you. First of all, I ain't afraid of you. I'm not scared. But I don't fucking trust you behind my motherfucking back. Same motherfuckers who literally closed the door, open and close, open the door to close on my motherfucking book bag while it was on my fucking back. And they ain't paid me yet. They ain't sent shit. They're trying to throw me away to prevent the bullshit that they motherfucking... And the nigga knew what he was doing. I shouldn't have had to get off the bus, but I was not riding on they motherfucking church bus. See, all these professional motherfuckers better wake up. See, if they want my motherfucking self to be somewhere, and I have a conflict of interest, I don't have to agree with them. Because they can pay me, first of all. And then they can send a motherfucking car that is non-biased. Something that ain't they fucking church bus. Because I'm not a member of your congregation. And when you all realize that this is how I'm going to demand and to live my fucking life, then you'll be a lot better off for it. I'm not going to have to stay on your shit and you motherfucking telling me that, oh, this is a church bus. And then it's adding up. Motherfuckers talking about, what this motherfucker call it one time? I don't even fucking know. Not the Lion's Den. He called it some motherfucking shit. One of the motherfuckers talk about the Caesar and all. I mean, them motherfuckers talking that game to me, like talking that rock solid shit to me. For what? What am I supposed to do? I'm not impressed. You guys are big calling numbers, and I don't know if it's numbers, calling letters to me as if you believe. Listen, I don't want to have anything to do with this shit. Why do I have to harass you? Look like I'm harassing you, and I ain't. Why do I have to keep being only what y'all know so that you can continue to talk to me? I want to go to someone that I can talk to, that I can learn some shit about, that I can just focus on the books, that I can just go somewhere and be myself and not have to completely literally fucking virtually undress. I have to get butt ass naked every fucking where I go. And then they don't, then these motherfuckers, then they don't like the way that I look. But they know I got something good coming between whether it be between my eyes or between my motherfucking legs. But what's coming out my motherfucking mouth, what is coming out of my own mouth actually is a problem for too many motherfuckers around here. Literally. I try to say, I want to learn on my own. But I have some tap into ambition. There is a resource there coming from ambition that I'm interested in, that I can look further into. And I have discovered that this is a great motherfucking plan that I have, and that is going to put me somewhere that is going to literally propose. Just propose. Exciting ways that I can create opportunity for my own life. Exactly what I want for myself to get to the next level so that I can create a better life of living for myself. What is the fucking issue that you have? Because I have all this work. My papers are mildew. I have nothing. All of my hours of work, fax machines, they don't accept my shit. Busy fax machine, won't get all my letters, won't even properly file my shit, if they even read my shit. I have to get to somewhere where I can sit my ass down and stand up and percolate and do whatever the fuck I want to do when the fuck I want to do it. And be able to have a proper somewhere to store my shit. I don't have money for a storage space to pay money every fucking month. I just don't. And then how could I get to it? I've tried all of this shit, and all of them have turned out to scam me, to fucking rob me, steal from me, and try to create me as their fucking slave. I have so much work to do. Yes, it's electronic shit. Today, I was about to have a problem with Microsoft because they were not letting me into my Jasmine Renee Davis.law at hotmail.com account, telling me, well, I have to sign in somewhere else. So then I tried to create a different account. I am Jasmine Renee Davis at outlook.com. Oh, here comes this bullshit ass. I gotta push down and confirm to them that I'm a human. You don't deal with nobody else? You want me to convince you that in a translation between elements such as life and death, a dying world, a living world, a rebirthing world, a new birthing fucking world, a lost generation, and some substance that are involving artificial intelligence and all kind of technologies, which ancient and modern, that you only talk to fucking humans? Nothing else? You don't want to deal, a robot cannot create a motherfucking electronic address, but you know exactly your plan. Because all these lower level fucking positions can't get a fucking education out here. Have to sit around and articulate just being stuck on fucking stupid. Just going, never having a direction, but always quick to lose your job, always quick to fucking get fired, never to be perfect, because a motherfucker want what they cannot have. So they's telling me, keep going, keep pressing. What are you doing? Trying to steal my fingerprint? And when you notice I'm not using my motherfucking fingerprint, I'm using my motherfucking piece of my goddamn nail. And putting enough motherfucking body heat on that bitch to bring it on motherfucking across. Don't fucking play with me. And I don't know if that's what they're doing, but I'm asking because I have the fucking knowledge. Because I ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe we're ragged and funny, so we're singing along, singing our song side by side. My fingerprints mean something to me. I'm not about to sit here and let you motherfuckers, keep going. Just keep doing it. You're going to have to probably do it a few more times. Let me see if I got proof of that. Okay, here it is. Where's all this shit coming from? Where? Where is it coming from? If it's not real, where could yes, it's a grand motherfucking scheme of it all. I created it. Today this shit could be here, tomorrow it could look totally different. But how do you explain your motherfucking web address right there? This place is asking me, do I have any other choices? I said, web design. How intelligent is that of me, knowing that I have to establish digital real estate? I'm hip, hop, whatever, but I am highly knowledgeable of being able to attain my future. And to call, pull, and rank on every motherfucking thing about me. There ain't a dollar out here that don't come with a goddamn education. I don't give a shit or a fuck what anybody had to say. I don't care how you twist it, you turn it, you freak it, you creep it, you grow it, you expose it, you show it. I'm not about to sit here and play with you motherfuckers on some punk shit. I'm just not. I need a motherfucking automobile to get to the places where I need to be. And I'm not about to sit around this bitch risking going to jail, freezing my ass off, begging for motherfuckers to stay at their shit constantly and not want it. One day it's fine, but okay, if I have somewhere to stay 2 days out of the week, perhaps 3, those other 4 days is a high fucking risk that I'm going to be put in jail. For what? Shit. And doing that for how many motherfucking weeks? Shit, I'm stretching. Doing that for how many weeks? Shit, man. It's raining outside. It's going to be raining all this week. I have nothing. I don't even have money to eat. The fuck, man? I literally have to figure out what I'm going to do for Tuesday, Wednesday. And hopefully I get a payment on Thursday. I don't talk to whoever it is that sends that fucking money to me. So I don't know. I can't say, hey, can I come there and rub your feet so that you can make it to work? Because I got to keep getting this $50 a week. It's a conflict of interest. Come on, somebody. Everybody wants me to be a child, or I can't talk like this because I'm going to miss the opportunity of a lifetime. Ain't no man gonna want you, or you saying some shit like that. I ain't gonna want no man is trying to court me and trying to be with me, knowing motherfucking well that I'm depending on just $50 a week, and I'm gonna be ugly as crap by the time a motherfucker get to me if I am not doing something for my own motherfucking life, short of fucking some goddamn body. That's just how it is. So I have to sit here and wonder. I don't have a driver's license. I don't have an address. I don't have shit. Nothing. Steady going through things. Somebody has some kind of ownership over me. I'm sorry to tell you, I was not born to do that. I had no signs of that. My dad paid his house off. I did not grow up on public. And then what motherfuckers I heard, telling my dad, hey, you can apply for this and get all this shit. Why? My dad did not have to do that. But in a community, you want to make sure that you're not, I'm so much better than you. Never outshine the master. Never outshine the master. Okay, fine. But I don't have a master. And not only do I not have a master, I do not have any sort of things that is going to cause me to sit around and be in lightweight poverty just because everybody else that I know or see or whatever is in poverty. I'm sorry, I can't know you anymore. I cannot do this. I just can't. And I'm not going to have you beating my ass because I'm trying to grow. And apparently I have outgrown you. Because the only reason why I can say I've outgrown you is because you are still accustoming yourself on my every fucking move, and you're not making the steps where I can look at you and you can match my fly. Who does that? No, I'm not. This shit is pathetic. It's bothering me. It's getting to me. And I am not going to sit here and be influenced by it. I'm not about to sit here and go fucking insane. I don't know what insane means, but when I get on insane ass, I'm gonna be on insane ass real soon. Because some shit is about to change. These motherfuckers will call me anything, and I sit there. I don't want to be a fool. And then I learn that a fool is the intelligent one. So I'm denying everything because they have motherfucking cross-examined me and mixed me all the fuck up to the point where I have literally hated all these good things that could be instilled in me, applied to me, so that someone with some motherfucking education would know exactly what I come for. Just like if someone says, hey, here's a vaccination, and what do you want to, I don't want to call it vaccination, a shot. I don't want to say a shot because that could mean a bullet. Fuck y'all. So what I'm going to say is, some sort of elixir. Sort of suspension. 2. Not or, as well. And they say, Jasmine Renee Davis, you want to be darker in your skin, but healthy, growing, and well. You want to show pure blood vitality. You want strong eyes, long and strong hair, curly effect, thick and coarse. You want strong bones. You want bone health. You want secure bone marrow. You want to build muscle mass and muscle memory. You want some flexibility and some fat. Collagen in all of the right and the appropriate places. You want to continue to build your blood. and have bodily fluids and not bust blanks when you have an orgasm. It's one thing to feel it, but it's another thing to be a dud. Air pellet type of shit. Where is the minerals? Where is the substance that comes out of me? I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I feel it. It's more like an electrocution, and that's not all that bad all the time, I suppose, than a stream, than a current, than some sort of natural, I don't know how to explain it. So then whoever it is going to say, okay, this is appropriate. This is what I need. I have it all by the book. Because yes, there are some gods and there are some doctors. So evidently I have to, like someone said, convince someone of who I am. Of a fucking miracle. No, this ain't about a miracle. This is about Jasmine Renee Davis living. So if I go to someone, someone is right now giving blood as a wedding. Like, not blood, but blood building things, or maybe even blood to those, because you already know you're going to spend this time becoming one another, not even having to make a baby. See, I'm on some real shit, but I don't get the chance because I'm 40. I've been married before. I had my grand appearance, my time to prove to everybody what I didn't have the center stage already. No, the fuck I didn't, because all them congratulations and order shit, it was never empathy. It was pure, probably not even sympathy. It was more hate. It was a mixture of hate and sympathy. It was. And it's a word, and I don't give a fuck, because I shouldn't have to put that in my goddamn vocabulary, because I never should want to take it that far. But if someone understands by the book, this is how you're going to articulate me, instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to give you menopause. I'm going to give you the school to prison pipeline. I'm going to give you generational curses. I'm going to give you everything that is insufficient and everything that you lack. It's going to all belong to you. Plenty of motherfucking nonsense. And I don't know if the fucking Racine Police Department was just waving at me. What do you want? Shit. They see all kind of shit. These motherfuckers can't convince me that they don't got holographics. Why wouldn't you? Are you trying to catch the fucking stupid motherfuckers or what? How can you appeal? I used to watch the fuck out of this one show. I want some more of it. I really like this show. I have an attraction to shit like Blacklist. You motherfuckers know it. But there was this motherfucking art thief. He was the shit. And it was a simple, boring ass show. It really was. And Kelly from Saved by the Bell was on there. And she was the officer's wife. And she showed a great amount, I would say, I suppose, had to have been hospitality, because it was a professional thing and they didn't know how to trust a motherfucker. And I was watching the shit out that show and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. I focused on that motherfucking show. I have a great amount of intelligence that comes from my own sustainability, from the things that is important to me, the things that I like for myself for whatever reason. And I do not have to explain that shit to no fucking body, because first of all, I don't owe anybody any motherfucking explanation. A conversation, some shit in writing, motherfucking full of detail, but I want all of the motherfucking Don't miss a stop. Pull them all out on for this shit. Pull it all out. I don't know what the fuck a red carpet mean, but give me some decent ass motherfucking floors, clean motherfucking floor. I want my shit appropriate, and I know I can. You're not gonna keep cheapening me, putting me in raggedy, nasty ass jails, being buried alive, as if I have nothing for my life. As if I don't account for something, and you got all your motherfucking agencies watching my motherfucking videos, your entities, bullshit. Ain't no motherfucking way you about to have all these motherfuckers watching my videos if you don't understand that I have it going on and that I have something great about my motherfucking show. But these motherfuckers want to keep cheapening me so I can figure it out over and over again in real time as I push all them forward in life with all their qualifications, all of their things. They get to get into the colleges for my education. They get a head motherfucking start. Above anybody else that they in college that ain't watching me. And if they're using a public computer, then they're going to probably fuck around and see that they search Jasmine Renee Davis. But then I'm supposed to sit here. Who does your mother that way? Who does your teacher that way? Motherfuckers bring who does your father that kind of way? Who does your motherfucking test subject? Who would believe that you're gonna do me this motherfucking way? Even motherfuckers will bring a teacher an apple. That means something. I cannot keep sitting here in despair doing the same thing because they find that it is most appropriate for me to stay in the super slug low lane, buried in a motherfucking jail cell with worse and worse ass motherfuckers coming up to me that is so motherfucking smart they stink. And they don't know shit. And when they talk to me, they look at me and assume that I'm just all fucked up and that they're going to run over me. I don't even have money for fucking commissary. And then they limit it to $100 a motherfucking week. That is bogus as hell. That is a crime if I ever seen a crime ever before being committed. And meanwhile, they got Aramark sending motherfuckers to jobs, working at resorts. I've been out here looking today because I'm not going to keep dealing with this shit. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. My life is my own. They got Aramark sending motherfuckers to jobs and all over the place. I ain't telling you. I don't give a fuck about you. I tell you that motherfucking much. You know why? Because I gotta have some motherfucking proof of my motherfucking activities and my goddamn action, and I ain't playing pretend. I'm not doing any pretend shit. My shit is real. Them same motherfuckers out there that's doing that commissary in the jails is also sending motherfuckers while these cities got contracts with them. They're sending motherfuckers throughout the United States of America and other motherfucking places with paying room and board, food, working at resorts and all kind of shit. Now, for whatever the motherfucking reason is, I don't know. But it's out there. And it's some motherfucking work. Better than a lot of these motherfuckers nickel and diamond because they aspiring to be drug dealers. You know motherfucking well that it's a bunch of motherfucking little ass 17, 16, 19, 25, 30, 50, and 70 motherfucking. Listen, it's a bunch of motherfucking 17 and 18-year-old drug dealers out here in the jail right now, and you won't even let them open up the doors for biology. Fuck you. You need to open up some doors so these motherfuckers can start learning about goddamn biology. If they selling crack, And you put them on motherfucking Ritalin and all these synthetic ass crack cocaine. And you won't even teach them to feed their motherfucking appetite that you have introduced them to instead of some real motherfucking food. Shame on you. Shame on all y'all. And I'm not about to sit around and let these motherfuckers drink my motherfucking bathwater constantly over and over again. And I have shit, nothing. How much can you motherfucking take of the poison that you putting out here in these motherfucking streets when I come around? Huh? You want to keep kicking me out? Because you can't take much of that. Especially when your building's cold as, freezing cold. Meanwhile, you got places right now that done fucked around and erupted out here. There's gold every motherfucking where. You breathe in gold. These motherfuckers want to freeze it. They getting it how they live. Where is it? Antarctica, Alaska? Bullshit. Then a motherfucker gonna say, if you a felon, you can't go to some, I don't know, where is it? London or somewhere? How am I a felon one place and then I'm a felon over there? And then that's double jeopardy. I just give me the whole motherfucking country. I want the whole motherfucker. I own the whole country now. And this is why you understand where these presidents are at. They have decoded and figured out with their excellent ass grades throughout all of these colleges, liberating their motherfucking self too. Please now. Because I'm not about to miss a beat. If a motherfucker say, this is my heartbeat song, motherfucker, I tell you what, I'm not going to allow you to catch my rhythm for shit. It is mine. I would like to think that these motherfuckers understand so motherfucking well endowed that they ass have to be in a motherfucking high position and make sure. I don't give a fuck. If a motherfucker talk about, oh, they are poor businessman and this and that, they got something that they motherfucking learn. And look at me. Look at all these motherfucking big ass corporations that don't have shit on me. Nothing. And then a motherfucker expect me to fall in their lap. For what? I have my hands practically fucking full. And that don't mean that I cannot grow more. That don't mean that I can not build a motherfucking robot. That don't mean that I can become a whole nother motherfucking species on your ass. And I do not care. I don't want you to be my footstool. But a motherfucker would tell me, hey, you ain't nowhere else to walk. All these dead motherfucking bodies around here. All these motherfuckers falling out like they don't give a fuck about themselves. I understand what I have been through. And the consequences of drug use. I'm talking about the Tylenol. I'm talking about some fucked up ass liquor, alcohol drink. What motherfucker gonna talk about, to me, gonna say, they sitting there drinking some motherfucking alcohol right in front of me. Then this motherfucker gonna say, I didn't have enough time to explain or get it out. And I said, I don't want to oversell. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm not about to give recommendations like that. You're sitting there drinking alcohol, but you're saying that you want alcohol. You're saying you want alcohol because of the insects are touching you. And I'm like, what the fuck? You really believe that you ain't drinking no motherfucking alcohol right now? You ain't sitting there drinking no motherfucking fermented goddamn beverage. I'm going to tell you that right motherfucking now. The shit that they just pour out here. It's a lot of mass motherfucking graves that are waiting to be stepped into. It's written. It's proposed because of a disaster. It's a war. They can't control it. They make it look nice. You cannot see the fucking bombs every fucking where, but they are there. Some of them are chemtrails to just keep you in a fucked up state of mind. I have been in different environments where I breathe better. I'm telling you. It's some neighborhoods there's so much crack or dope or meth or anything being cooking. That shit is coming out, and it's all you ever. I know, because I could tell you, I would cook. I could say it just like this: an apartment. It used to make me so happy when I was able to raise a household, and I was embarrassed of that fucking apartment. But I was happy. I tried to do and I could have kept it cleaner. I was just going through a lot of shit. And it wasn't only because it was 2018, but I was starting to come around. To hear someone come in, getting off the bus, coming from motherfucking Mahone Middle School, saying, "Oh, I knew that my mom was upstairs cooking. I could smell it getting off the bus." To hear that sound, knowing that, oh, my mama, whatever my mama cooked is about to be good than a mother. Telling somebody or saying, "Oh, I know my mom cooked," and to hear somebody come in there where I had to fight to even say, "Can you please come here and let me be your mother?" That shit don't account for a motherfucking thing. And it was sometime, I believe, a terrible choice. But other times, I would not trade it for anything. But it is a new day and it is a new age and I have to make it through. But to hear, "Oh, look, you're cooking." I knew that was you cooking. I knew the smell because I put effort in. And you already know. To have that fucking aroma. That it's just like sometimes you know somebody frying some chicken or pork chops or something. They making ostrich and everything now. And it be that mixture of that blood content, and you ain't really getting meat out here that's really bleeding when it's cooking now. And so I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Not everybody getting it. But I don't eat animals. But I have reason to believe if I was to put some minerals in my cooking and have those blends of those natural spices, the seasons, the garlics, and all of these fucking things. My garlic spilled off into my book bag. I'm so upset. And I don't even know if it's real, because why is it like fucking glue? I don't know. But if I was to mix that with some real oil, some pure oil, it's a name for the oil. Let me see if I got it. I had to find my book. I think it's here. But look at my garlic. I don't even fucking know. Oh, shit. So what I'm doing right now is just trying to find the name of the oil. Cold pressed. So the oil is, and believe it for yourself, okay? Because I'm not playing around here. I'm going to make it. And if you don't find that I fit into your group, you don't have to see me. I'm going to try to get the fuck away from this area over here. I cannot sit here and be fucked up out here constantly. All my natural oils just dry the fuck out. Just all fucked up. And can't rebuild it. I sit there and I'm not gonna lie. I don't like a lot of shit that be happening with my son. Why are they sending me something about Chime and my account was frozen for a card that I don't even have Chime. They talk about somebody Amazon card, Amazon order for $5 fucking and 35 cents. That had to have been something important as fuck. $5.35 for their motherfucking, because their Chime account was frozen. I don't get it. For me, I sit out here and gotta go through other people now, and I was talking about so much shit, I don't even know exactly where I was at. But, and that don't mean a fucking thing to me for somebody to sit there and come up and draw 1,000 conclusions. Then what you'll do is fight each other over me. And then this is why motherfuckers sit up there and have to send somebody to all these motherfuckers illegitimately and try to take me to pieces because they want to be able to say, this is some rich blood from Jasmine Renee Davis. We have this blood. Do you want that? Motherfuckers will buy somebody fucking blood just because they are famous. And they would spend so much motherfucking money on it. I do not have to sit up here and not be able to properly, I don't have to make excuses because I'm still growing. So I'm still learning my power. I'm still learning the power of my own strength. Tyrell, look at that. Okay. See how, okay. So with Tyrell, I'm telling you, that baby is growing and he should be able to eat. Them motherfuckers trying to make him skinny and I'm pissed off. Tyrell is growing so motherfucking great where if I touch Tyrell has his problems because he needs to do more stuff. But I'm telling you, some things he got it right. And he got bodily fluids damn near. You can touch it and see how it comes from his pores of his skin. Let him grow. Do not sit there and take from my baby. If you want to call him your baby, how could he be your baby? How could he be your baby? What would you do for Tyrell to try to establish a relationship? Because Tyrell don't need a family either. But maybe he wants a family. But he has to know what a family is. Where are you going to teach that the fuck at? Tyrell is 14. And he is at the age where his penis is growing. I'm going to tell you something. I wrote down yesterday, it's a difference between competition and weakness. See, because somebody was talking about how it would have been different. Please, I'm going to throw some names out here, and I don't mean any harm. But you know who said it. If you said it, you know who said it. Maybe you're not the only one who said it, but there is a book out here. I guess, I don't know. I don't exactly know, but they're talking about if Barack Obama had sons. Now, I don't know if those sons would have been with Michelle Obama. Please. But probably that's the idea. But I don't know Barack Obama's work. And also Barack Obama does not have to tell every aspect of his own motherfucking life. Never in a million years, a billion, gazillion, every fucking years that you can count. When you get to a gazillion, you still ain't gonna get another next gazillion because it ain't your motherfucking fault. And I ain't gonna have to convince you because you should already fucking know. But as far as them saying how abusive it is of those in a way, or it's really unfair because I believe motherfuckers are strong and they understand it. They have intelligence and some high level of academic excellence. I really am sure of it. They grow up and they learn, and it's tough out here, especially when someone knows to each his own. If I am in a relationship and I am in a culture, a cult, an organization, a job, if I work at the same place as anybody, okay? If it's my twin, how about that? How about if I had a twin and I want a twin? Come on now. I never knew. Damn, my sign is Gemini. God damn it, I got it made. Pearl motherfucking birthstone, all kind of shit. When I look at my motherfucking life, oh, has the Lord been good to me? Motherfucker, and not better to me than I have been to my motherfucking self, though, because all of those things can soon wash away. They fade away. All of those worldly possessions. I'm looking at more further than just a galaxy effect on my life. Motherfuckers will say, yeah, you can have the land, but you can't have the mineral rights. So when they talk about how some are easily defeated because of their sons, where they look at and they won't accept a black son, but and I say, they'll accept a black daughter though, because they'll have more of a chance of winning over the daughters, or taking the daughters from the dads, or the dad may be happy, the daughter may be further in relationship in a man's world. But then you got to worry about now the concerns of, is this man stronger than you as a man? And is this man going to eventually find more of himself where he may be bigger than you in a situation, but somebody told you because of protocol, never married, that you're supposed to be bigger than someone else? So this doctor from Ascension have not returned my fucking calls yet. So when I look at the cause and effect, plain and simple, I said, when they were sitting there talking about that book, and I don't have to tell it all because they are living to tell their own story. I say that's just a simple matter or a case of competition versus weakness. God damn. These motherfuckers throw whole motherfucking sons away. Where I don't have to depend on you. I can focus my time. You want to take my husband, send my husband, or send someone off to war? You'll never let me see my God. Whatever you want to convince me to believe in. But if I have a son that is just beautiful and I pour all up into him, and I bathe him, and even your tender motherfucking mercies, come on somebody, because I throw this book at your ass, because I don't know how the fuck you want to explain it, but y'all not about to keep stopping me from having some kind of motherfucking education, and something where I can make a way for myself. Even if I'm motherfucking begging my whole goddamn life, I'm gonna be the best motherfucking beggar that have ever lived to plead my motherfucking cause. I'm telling you, and I don't give a fuck, because really I don't have to plead to you, but I'm just saying to the cause and effect of the mere and the pure understanding. These motherfuckers ain't calling me back about making sure my son penis grows, because you want him to be stuck in the middle where you can shrink that motherfucker and bitch him out. Or if you find that somebody approve of him enough, you can put that bitch in full blast and grow it. If I suck enough dick, strong, real dick, thorough dick, I might grow some hair on my motherfucking chest. I'm not here to motherfucking play you. So, just the same, what's the difference between a motherfucking babysitter and a nanny? Motherfucking little long term, little short term. Where I might be doing more than just sitting there looking after you. Might be having to do some cooking and some cleaning, some looking over some motherfucking homework, some reporting to your motherfucking household supervisors, your management team, the presidents of your fucking house, the vice president of your fucking elements, whatever the fuck you got. See, and that's the thing. Teaching you shit that you should already motherfucking know that you can learn. Because somebody somewhere is trying to save the earth too, but just so happen you have been born here and you are wanted, but you might not be sufficient enough. Okay, I understand that, because it's somebody that might be in a situation where, listen here, I'm not about to help you too hard because you're my competition. I know that you are my twin, and I would never treat my twin this way. I'm different. Okay? But I understand now, and I understand forevermore. Please now. That is what it is called for. They will separate you from your mother and your father, because that is, you're not going to go to work at some Fortune 500 company and say, wait a minute, my mama wouldn't approve of this. Come bring your mama and get a motherfucking job out here then. Because work needs to be motherfucking done. And you and your mama going to listen to what the fuck I got to say. And you and your mama gonna show that you can earn your motherfucking keep. If you want to make motherfucking $300,000 motherfucking dollars a year or better, then you're gonna have to show your ass. You ain't gonna always be able to get along with your motherfucking mama. You might have to snitch on your motherfucking grandson or your motherfucking granddaughter or your neighbor or your motherfucker whoever. Be careful. I am not interested in working around a whole bunch of unprofessional motherfuckers who want the family discount. And this is not why I do not have a family. Because it's enough of them motherfuckers who I have tried. Hey, do you all want to build some businesses, grocery stores, all this shit where I don't have to stab you in the fucking back, you loser ass motherfuckers? Now that I see it, I believe that you are winning, but I know you're not now. Same motherfuckers who want to collect food stamps and tell a motherfucker, oh, bring $40 for you and then $20 for each additional child. But guess what? That turns into $80 for you and motherfucking $40 for each additional child because you're paying with food stamps. Bitch ass motherfuckers. First of all, this is the same shit. And if you gonna tax this motherfuckers, if you don't want to use tax or you trying and it's a taxable motherfucking thing, then maybe you need a motherfucking employment identification number for your motherfucking family. And why you niggas act like you on a motherfucking track to do some shit, bitch, catch up. Okay? Organic, clean motherfucking ketchup. Not with the natural motherfucking flavors, motherfucker. But you gonna have a brand new flavor in your motherfucking ear if you keep believing that I'm gonna keep attaching myself to all this dumb ass motherfucking bullshit that ain't trying, that wanna act like they something and treat a motherfucker like slaves and do all this and won't even do the fucking paperwork. And I got my motherfucking nerve. But I'm not out here telling somebody that, listen, you belong to me and it's my way or the highway. I'm not doing that. I'm not starving a motherfucker or not trying to do shit and then want to take the leftover motherfucking money back to who knows where instead of motherfucking building for some shit. Each to his motherfucking own, I see. But when the push becomes the shove, and when you stand toe-to-toe to somebody, it's up to you to determine how are you going to approach the situation when it's presented to you. Or are you going to sit that one out? Or are you going to hit the road or say no? Or are you going to get out there and get it how you live, skin and teeth? And if that is, have you given them the understanding that, listen, I do not have any contract with you. I have to live my life. And if you choose to suffer through your situation and you don't have to, if you made it this far and I can see you up here, then you should motherfucking know better. But I'm not dying with you. I don't give a fuck who you is. Now, if you're going to fuck up and you're going to do shit that will cause me to have to reject you, that's on you. But you should never let a motherfucker fail you and when it comes to me. And if you're going to allow that, that's on you. Because you can articulate enough to say, but to the contrary, actually, I have my own strengths that I'm not even in the same category as them where I would not have to sell them out, actually. I can understand that my position is totally different. And if you pay close attention to your own job, that if you want me to show you how it's done, I would need to change my work title to whatever position it is. As a matter of fact, I have to create my own position here because of competition motherfucking clauses. If you look at this, I don't believe that you assess the proper situation accordingly. Because had you assessed the situation properly and accordingly, you will understand that actually this individual will be stronger and can pull you in $15 million more a year working over there. The position that I carry, I can bring in $15 million over here, but it's no comparison. So if you choose to not make $30 motherfucking million and you choose to make about $20 million, that's on you. But I am not going to sit up here and allow you to have me to choose. You make the motherfucking choice on your own. And I'm going to work my ass off either motherfucking way because my guaranteed money is coming to me. You understand? My living is not in vain. Many motherfuckers study their goddamn opponents. Okay? And I'm not going to sit out here and be blind for any motherfucking body. I don't give a fuck about shit because I don't get along with any motherfucking body. I don't have any friends. I don't have any family. But I am not a dumbass motherfucker and I am not playing. I want my own life and I mean that. I don't even want a motherfucker shitting and they shit to be in my motherfucking toilet at my house when I build one. I don't. Because I want to have all kind of flexibility with everything that I fucking got. And I want it to be because of motherfucking Jasmine Renee Davis. And that is not always a goddamn buddy pass. And then motherfuckers that hear this and they say, oh, you think you better than me. Oh, you this and that. You come and taking advantage. You're doing all this shit. No, I'm not. I know how to live out here. I want to work at a high-end motherfucking office building. I don't give a fuck if it's a low-end motherfucking rich-ass motherfucking office building. If it's doing appropriate things for me and I can survive and not struggle and not suffer inappropriately, then I can do what I have to do. And I understand that, yes, okay, fine. Yeah, I'm going to put my shit in there. I'm going to have to poop. Especially if I'm making some money, I'm going to be cleaned in the motherfucker. And if I want to be clean as a whistle, I could be clean as a fucking whistle. With nappy hair. That's not your concern. Because the real motherfucking thing is how I feel inside. I'm not going to show up to some motherfucking job crap as it is. You want crap or you want a whistle? Oh, but to blow the whistle is the motherfucking difficulty that someone fucking has. So, what do you want? Manure? Please. Because where is it going? Now you want me to have babies out here. Where is the food? No, so now I have to change my position. I have to go and work at it in a different level now. I cannot be at the same level now because you want to use my poop. You want to use my poop. You want to do all this shit. And I'm about to go while somebody told me that I can come over and get some food. Before something changed, shit. I look at these things from my own understanding, from my own life experience, and that's what it's all about. Yes, I should document this stuff, but I am doing it on my time. I'm not looking forward to live a lasting life with all these individuals who have been convinced to hate me and tell me how fucked up I am and have put me in places that I will soon motherfucking die. I can barely even get food around here because I don't eat animals and I don't eat you. Damn, that truck is alive. Shit. Got something on top of it and everything as it's moving around. I'm so interested. I've been on drugs before, you know. The effects of the food being kicked out of stores and just being fucked up. Giving too much at once. And motherfuckers can't take it. And there's consequences of my feelings. To inappropriately use something that is not, but contingent of its proper source or environment. But I have an argument. I was not wrong. I did not drug abuse shit. I was never a drug addict. But I've seen the effects of drug usage where a motherfucker will try to attack me, to control me, to just desensitize me. And they did plenty of fucking times. I felt the effects where I would have trouble breathing because that shit would instantly and immensely start to shrink my blood vessels, to numb me, where it has taken years for me to get my strength back. And just so happened I'm at an age where now I can feel different things in my body, whether it be puberty, whether it be anything. But I am coming alive. And I can. And I don't have to expect anything from anyone. But all this shit, not let me apply for college so that I can take care of my own stuff, sabotaging me and knowing motherfucking well that you about to have to prove this. Steady taking bits and pieces of me and creating me somewhere else in places where I don't even know if I can even fucking get a job or ever see the works of my own life, of my own things, my own, what you have want to call a fingerprint. You have literally tried to synthesize everything about me, and yet I can know nothing about it. And I have to sit here and then also play nice, starve only for so long, and not let anybody see it. Don't let the neighbors hear me. I never grew up where somebody was telling me to be quiet because the neighbors are going to get mad. Never had to ask for permission for anything to do in my own proper perspective. The convincing that others have residences around here is the convincing that I'm a part of them or their government. But this is the thing. They're not supplying properly. They're hiring outside forces, these corporations, okay, that come in here. And they have it all fucking figured out. Shit. I had some pieces of paper too. Let's see, these are notes. Yeah, these are some notes. Yeah, I keep these notes with this. They have things called corporate consolidation, retail markups, market monopoly, massive conglomerate corporations, whereas they work together and they put these little laboratories out here, fast food restaurants, and it brings you right back to them so that they can manage the body and shift and take the organs and say, or say, hey, your body is too big for your organs. You're not understanding that I am 40 and I'm still growing my heart. I'm still growing my lungs. I'm still building more things and developing stuff. They have regional grocery chains, supply networks with uniform packaging that have I don't know how much of the regional variety it is, creating artificial landscape to fuel their individual self-governed lifestyles. It takes away from the independent farmers, perhaps, and they're inappropriate because they're not explaining it properly. And they overtaken everything to turn the natural food source into the drug industry, please. And no one knows that because this is where they can get to. But you might have an idea if the public bus system goes there. That maybe they don't always sell real food there. Please. They have the corporate shelves that bypass the independent sources. They have to look at the diverse, non-standardized vegetations. Okay. When I look at how they are not having things like ancient grains, legumes, diverse root tubers, mineral-rich greens, sea vegetations, unless it's a trend. And what the trend brings is they might have some sea moss or seaweed, okay? But it'll be perhaps, I don't know, but how they would so-called tax it or create it would be, it may look like 5%. And what they would do is have seaweed probably as the first ingredient, or sea moss, or whatever it is. And they would harvest the seaweed, go and get money to research, to travel to get the seaweed, because it's in high demand around the city, okay, in their area. If they are the highest grocery chain, okay, in the United States of America or in the world, and usually it's not even that deep, it's probably just like in one state, or like in a Midwest type of situation. Usually they'll get all the funding and they'll do all the paperwork to whoever gives them the money, and then what they would do is, instead of making like $1 million, they're making like 40 million. And what they're doing is perhaps using 5%, okay, maybe even 7% or something of that actual thing. But what they have did was make that their key factor, as to try to say like, this is what it is, but this is our version of it. And so what they will use is perhaps, I don't know, 80% of all these drugs and fast food techniques and all kind of mechanisms. Then they'll put some water in it. And then they'll supply it out there to say, eventually, look, they're still living. But guess what I have to do to make it? I have to sign up for a gym membership that also takes ownership of my life. And all these uninformed consents just to push this shit out. Then I would have to go to all these other places, or I have to spend all this extra money to get it, and I have to sign up. Now they have created everything around that all comes back to them and the ownership of my life, because because of the level of what all they have put in there. They're going to tell me that I have to go to jail because I did not want a public defender. Was not even proven guilty of the crime. They called me incompetent, which they were doing a hazing on me, or whatever it is that they fucking was doing. I don't give a fuck. I cannot. They had this bullshit ass psychologist to try to diagnose me with a really fucked up terminal illness so that they can just take over my whole life and do some kind of shit. I don't fucking know. He tells me and writes to the report to this fake ass judge that also tells me to worry about him, and he's not my teacher. He was telling me he is not the one that is supposed to judge me. You're not going to sit here and save your ass by deferring and delaying it so that I can never appeal it and I can never sue you. Who the fuck is the teacher in the motherfucking situation that you all have been lying to, that you all have been giving misinformation to, that you all have told that I'm incapable of learning, so why pass me? But don't worry, that they got someone else that has learned so much about me that can talk to them or him in the midst of it all. So he tells them that I cannot do out incompetency so that I can prepare for a trial, y'all. They didn't give me a trial. They ass is getting sued. You got to pay me some money. And not only you have to admit that you were wrong. And you have to put that securely in paperwork, and I can use it. Why they got all these confidential ass records? It's bullshit. He said that the type of medication that they want to put me on is so severe that I would need to be watched in a facility. How the fuck you gonna put me in jail? Have you seen what they do to them motherfuckers in O-Block? In the Kenosha County motherfucking jail? They do not give a fuck. Then they push the food under there. And guess what? You can't get commissary. So they were trying to kill me. Or something. They wouldn't have been watching me. They keep the light on 24 hours a day sometime, or at least for majority of the fucking day, from about 9 or 10 o'clock to about 5 o'clock in the morning. But guess what? Really, they do keep the lights on 24 hours a day. Actually, they dim the lights. It's a constant light. That's not fair, because there has to be some growth to happen. So basically, I would never get any sleep. It would cause some kind of what they would call delirium. Fatigue. They will be harassing the fuck out of me. Please, y'all, understand what the fuck I'm saying. And I ain't gonna keep being some stupid ass hungry poor bitch. I'm telling you, I'm living my own life. And I'm happy to live my life. So, because of what they are trying to do to me, they tell me that I have to go sit in a jail. But really, I was supposed to go to a hospital. But the way that they set the shit up, the county is supposed to pay $1,450. So I guess they weigh their options, where mostly the white people get to go to the I'm sorry, y'all, please now. Or who do they get to send to those state hospitals where I can't even meet their point system to even get a remote control to go to work out, to be able to keep my body alive? They're going to tell me that I'm schizophrenic and that what they were giving me would numb my body. But they literally, to stiffen my body. But what they were literally trying to do is prevent me from even saving my own life. They didn't want me to drink water. They didn't want me to go and urinate through the night to keep myself flushed. They were trying to limit me. They didn't want me to read. They were locking me in the room. They didn't want me to, they talked bad about me menstruating. They tried to put me on a diaper. I didn't even get there in enough time. I was supposed to go there that whole 6 months. They kept me in jail. They robbed me. They could not force me to take medication, but because of that medication or that drug, they knew that they would not have gotten away with trying to put me in somewhere, but they knew that they wanted to trash me and put me in fucking jail. How are you trying to teach me the law in jail with outdated motherfucking books at the hospital? These bitches not teaching me. I'm just sitting there all day long trying to pay for phone calls, trying to, and then they talk about I cannot cohabitate with others. Anything that happened, they're locking me away. You know, and it's a problem. They were supposed to give me way more food. I did not know that they were going to give such small amounts. And then they refused to see me again. Let me see that doctor again. You know, and I was so hungry in that hospital. I was so hungry in jail. So what I'm trying to say, and I said all that to say, They know that if they're putting these drugs in the food, they have to see about me. So if I'm steady going to a gym and pushing that, boop, logging in, they're saying, okay, they're charting on me. And then they're getting more money. And they're not doing shit for me. Because they are improperly doing clinical trials, blind studies, putting stuff out there that is not actually food. And because everyone has bought into it. You look at all these motherfuckers who I've seen so many that if I look closely at, I could cry because how beautiful they are. And they have teeth missing. And they are beat up. I really don't see that far. So like if somebody is driving through here, it's really tough for me to know who they are. Okay? Because I'm more of a natural seer. Like I want to walk up and actually see. So a lot of things are designed, to give me a blurred vision. The font, the lighting, all this and that and the other, how things are, the place. But literally my vision, I'm still strengthening my vision. I probably should have some lead. But a lot of that has been taken away. And they say, oh, it's been like that since the 1800s. They've been stealing since the 1800s. What the fuck you mean? So you know it and you gonna let them do it in 2026? Or you gonna be the one to fucking be blind and now you motherfucking see? Or you gonna keep passing this same song to every fucking generation? Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. And just be saying that shit and not thoroughly being it and wearing glasses on your fucking face, but you can understand the concept, but you're going to sleep on it too. They take the number 2 pencils out and say they lead pencils, but they ain't really lead pencils anymore, they say. Racine County Jail has pencils. It's a mess. You smear it, they can erase it. They can change it, all that shit. It is not legitimate to do any sort of legal paperwork with a pencil. I sent a letter out to the judge. I was in Racine County Jail. I sent it to Kenosha. Now, this is the same judge who took my son, gave guardianship, and motherfucking sent me to jail for incompetency, and he contributed to it more than once. His stupid ass clerk, the same clerk that sent the foul ass email for the fucking oh my goodness, oh my goodness, whoever they are, the sheriff deputies that work there, it starts with a C, I don't even know, at the courthouse, to basically tell them attack me. I couldn't even go in, so I didn't even know what was happening. I couldn't even appeal and say I object. They made sure that they didn't have to keep taking me to court. And they ruled it. And then he gonna say, is it true that you were standing out? He fucking play. I swear these niggas, I can't stand them. I do not want to be around them. I don't want to learn with them because they do not really have residence. If you see residents at hospitals, they stay in a hospital, on campus at a hospital, teaching hospitals, where they are getting real education, learning. They're not doing that. And you don't get to tell me that I have to learn criminal justice, bogus ass nursing, dumb ass shit, where you choose the wrong books. Your books, you choose the books that are interpreted in depth. And if you could choose the books that develop in life, but you choose not to do that. Because you worried about somebody going to come back and bite you in your ass. All these things are suspect and subject to motherfucking change. There should be some renewal out here. Some old school shit should happen. The fuck you mean? And I understand. Right now they said that they were being the last of their generation, that their pastors, their leaders would hand them a real church building. That's what you give your sons and daughters in ministry. Buildings, church buildings, castles, land to build their fucking ministry on. He's saying no. He's giving his sons and daughters a laptop. Now, I know goddamn well that laptop gonna have Adobe. Thank you very much. That motherfucking laptop gonna have every system and everything equipped in it. Because what I wonder, are you saying that so much is going into a virtual sort of situation where they're gonna try to put everybody in, because it is a war, and motherfuckers gonna fuck around and find out that you're gonna need some digital real estate. This has been something as far as websites, as far as coding, as far as all kind of motherfucking shit. So you can get ready for it. But one thing artificial intelligence is not going to be able to replace is some of those hands-on things. And so I want to continue to be in touch with myself. And they sitting out here telling me to keep going through this precedence to say that I am human and that I'm not a robot. But it never worked. I just kept pressing it. I just kept pressing. And keep doing it. Maybe it's going to work for you soon type shit. And I said, fuck that. I'm about to screenshot this and show them that they're not letting me into my other fucking email. Because Microsoft going to have a goddamn problem. So then I was able to get in it today. I guess they realized that maybe some shit that they should be handling. But I care. I mean, I don't care, but I'm sure. It's not easy. And me being born in 1986 where the word has changed, I could easily argue with you, but that is inappropriate. That is not the proper way that word should be used. And I'm not going to let these motherfuckers play me. I don't get along with none of these grown-ass motherfuckers out here. If you're an adult, you be an adult. If you're a kid, you be a motherfucking kid. But I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I have some sustainability, and it takes me a long time sometimes. And yes, I am a slow learner sometimes. And sometimes I can think quick on my feet, but sometimes I need to sit down and gather myself. And I need to talk and wake myself up every day. And I don't always get that opportunity. If I go and somebody told me today, I tried to talk, I could say, fine, I can't. I'm not, because I do not want to be hurtful. This is a new day, and it's a new opportunity for a different vibe throughout this day. A different feeling, a different understanding, a different appreciation, even some admiration. I'm not going to dig into it. I just said, shut up. Shit. Just waking up. I didn't want no motherfucking coffee. If I did want some coffee, I would have to, I want to boil my motherfucking coffee grinds with some brown sugar and let that shit boil, because I know that sometimes that shit have to cook and be thorough. All that instant shit just come out and ain't put no motherfucking consideration into it. I can do without it. And I understand it's good sometimes, but I have to put so much fucking coffee grinds in the bitch. It's costly. To get a strong cup of coffee, I gotta use shit, 1/8 of the motherfucking container. Coffee, the price of coffee has went up. Motherfuckers also keep smoking the same cigarettes, keep drinking the same coffee, and expecting a different result. That ain't always your same coffee. Change your brand sometime. Try somebody then came up with a much, it's gonna make you feel much better. All this crash and shit, I'm not with it. I'm not going to be your crash dummy. I grew up seeing the commercials, seeing proof why I'm not going to want to crash. See them motherfuckers with 2 fucking crash dummies? I don't know why they decided to make them white polka dot checkered. Them motherfuckers kick me up, boom, crash. Duh. These motherfuckers got learning everything that they possibly can for dummies. So my shit is gonna be dumb anyway. No. I want some genius shit. I want some real shit, man. So I'm out here. I'm about to go and try to make me something to eat. And I'm going to try to figure my things out for myself. But I have to understand where I'm at. You are not to blame for my shortcomings. You're not. Nobody has to be to blame because I can still make it. But you're going to have to be accountable when I come to you and not continue this whole epidemic and this whole motherfucking plague of institutional insufficiency and false documentation. Please, now I'm out here. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I believe in myself. I'm beautiful for me. I cannot sit here and convince anybody of anything. I have to live for myself. Just like the word suicide. They have sit out there and from what I have read, suicide don't have anything to do with motherfucking murder. But they have scared the shit out of many with this motherfucking mental illness, the motherfucking all this dumb ass shit. From what I have seen, suicide means to have control over someone's own life, to have control over self. They are lying out here and they are making. Who wants to know? For what reason? What is it going to cost me to tell you? Do you want to know, or you ask me? I didn't ask you.
No, I'm just asking you where state Marquette is.
And I asked you, what is it going to cost me to tell you? What does that mean?
I don't have to I'm not asking you.
Okay, state what? State what?
State and Marquette.
What is state and what is Marquette?
Streets.
Where at?
Here.
What's the city?
Right here in the city.
Okay, so Racine what? Okay, so what I'm trying to ask you is, if you know, right up, if you go right, I don't know how to give proper direction because I don't know you, okay? This is Douglas Avenue. So if you use north, you could perhaps travel north, and you can see, if you keep walking up, if you keep going until you see perhaps what looks like a main road, that perhaps would be State Street. That maybe that's what you're looking for. Okay, and then you might want to take a walk. Oh, how are we gonna get there? And if you're gonna go west over there, and then you walk and pay attention to the street signs, because you might happen to see Marquette, but some of these goddamn street signs are not up there. Like for instance, Wilson Street had put up a sign. It wasn't no sign up there on Wilson Street. I don't know why, but they later put a sign up for Wilson Street. So you have to just kind of look for the address. But Marquette is not that far away from in this area. Or if you want to go walk up Hamilton Street and see Marquette first, and then walk that way to see State Street, you can probably find it that way. Do you understand? Would you be able to find it or no? Shit, stand up for yourself. I don't know what to do. So many of these things matter to me about just being myself. I can talk to others, but I have to have a purpose. I am not a volunteer. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a donor. I'm just myself. If I got some money to give to somebody, if I'm not a kisser, so it ain't easy for me just to be kissing somebody. But if I know any better, I'd rather kiss them on their motherfucking lips and kiss them on their ass. or their cheek. But maybe a cheek is just enough for me. See, I'm not here to abuse, and I don't know all the tricks of the trade and the gambles and all these different things. But what I can do is live my life. I do not have to beg no motherfucking body to be their friend. My dad used to tell me all the time, I do not have to beg to be I do not have to pay to be your friend. I do not have to pay to be anybody's friend. I did not pick up what my dad was putting down. And I don't know if motherfuckers just playing me like I'm stupid, just want to keep making me look fucking stupid. They ain't paying attention, they not listening, or they didn't change their mind. But I do not want to be involved. State what? State what? What street? Tell me what street you should go to your motherfucking PO office. How about none? How about this bullshit ass parole that they out here doing for motherfuckers and not educating them properly? That is supposed to be an education where they are supposed to fucking teach, and they are not. They're putting them on probation. They got their ass set up for motherfucking failure. God damn it. And they are supposed to have funding and all this shit, and they're collecting and saying, why is everybody in jail? Where's all these? You got all these women chasing. It's what? 4 women. You could put 4 women to every 1 man or type shit around here. That's not true. Where you got all these fine ass motherfuckers in jail that's learning how to become brothers and butt buddies and entertainers and escorts and all kinds of shit, and death row living motherfucking incubators. For them to be setting motherfuckers up for failure and not even allowing anyone to even make a household or live off of themselves or to create something of their own because of the standards. And how are you setting someone up for failure constantly? How are you arresting someone because they don't have a job and you already know? So eventually, everybody's going to get wind of vagrancy, and then it's less travel, so you're not going to go and be able to see how horrible where you're from is compared to others. The food, everything is different because you have allowed this to be a death trap. And there's life here. There's so much life here. There's plenty of individuals that believe that they have to die. Children are believing that they have to die. And that is not the case. But yet and still, for someone to always want to tell me to get away, and put me on inadvertent death row instead of really allowing me to get my proper education is a problem. Even probation, they're supposed to have education. They're supposed to teach. But instead they're telling me to go other places because I don't believe that whoever it is qualifies, or they're hating where they want to get involved with others and they're advertising prostituting. Not really. Prostituting is another one of those words. Okay? They are hoeing, selling their motherfucking sex, and they're and they're selling their ass, fucking out here for free and charging money for it, and then it's not taxable to them because they ain't know. You stupid ass bitches. Just like the motherfucking public defender's office. They have all kind of resources to get you straight, to fight your cases. And I know that. And them motherfuckers, they so caught up in their mess. I caught them up in their mess so hard. The Wisconsin State Public Defender had their attorney emailing me. The public defender's attorney. Not the regular public defender. But the public defender's their whole attorney for them. So when they ass is in trouble, they call their attorney. Them motherfuckers was not my attorney, but they pretended to be my fucking attorney. And that nigga couldn't even keep up with me. That was in motherfucking December 2024. Read it. Check reference through my Microsoft account where they won't let me get into. The fuck you mean? What is that? Jasmine Renee Davis I don't know, it's out here. And I'm telling you, I get so far from the shit, I can't recall it. And that's how they like that shit. And a lot of motherfuckers moving so much, the cheap ass phones out here, everything breaks. I can't keep up with shit. The systems are fucked up, so I can't get into my phone no more. I can't access this. It costs $100 to repair a phone that was free. Then they got services where they say, oh, this place has they're supposed to fix the phones right there on Douglas. They lie and say that they don't. So they getting money for shit and not really doing it. So why are you here? Because nobody don't care. Because you need somewhere, a venue, for a motherfucker to come with a radio station and motherfucking bring the noise here and draw the attention of others, because you punk ass motherfuckers don't care. You deny parole, and if you deny education, then that means something. You deny parole to a lot of motherfuckers who are jailhouse motherfucking attorneys that work their ass off, that will you will have to give them the parole program. Who knows the parole program is really getting is motherfuckers on a high level. How are these cities and governments allowing probation and parole, and they are not utilizing it and showing what the fuck it's about up close and personal, or not even personal, but up close and for real, in real time. So I can talk more about this some other time. It is serious. But for motherfuckers to have to report to someone and steady submit their DNA, when you submit your DNA, that is a crime. And I read it, and I read it thoroughly, and I left it where it was, and I took that much from it because I got other stuff to focus on. But I can tell you, them motherfuckers in Racine County Jail took my DNA, and them bitches was like, no, Swabber, they wanted to get more. It is illegal for them to obtain my motherfucking nuclear whatever fucking assets. Yes, it is. So you got a problem on your motherfucking hand. And if anybody want to know why these motherfuckers swear I'm so motherfucking crazy, and why if I have to sleep outside at night, I do not worry, I do not fear, because I'm real. I don't have a Lord to run on to and call on or nothing like that. But at least I can go and get an education. It is not my ideal teacher, because I can name one name that anything that whoever that individual or whatever was have to teach me, I'll be happy to learn it, and I know that I'll be successful. But I don't have it like that. I have made choices, and I have been set up for failure. And yes, they are worried about who I would become if I was to be close to any situation like that. And this is why they don't teach, and they'll let somebody come from someone else with an education and a lot of shit to show, and not everybody can get it. So everybody's leaning toward that one individual, and they are fighting and taking deals and fucking motherfuckers up, backbiting and every motherfucking thing else. You can church hop because you have to get to a specific level. This is that. If you are not studying and understanding, hey, Presbyterian might be over more money type of shit, or more advanced type of situation where they are more, in a position where they got a little bit more education, where you look at who is failing and where does it come from, where is the success. You might have to go a little bit over this. If you have a fight and you are if you are judging yourself and you want to figure out what you want to do for your rest of your eternity and how you choose to spend the rest of eternity, then you need to understand, I cannot just get up under the sound of somebody. I just can't, especially knowing that, listen, your life is your own, baby. Your life is your own, and my life is my own. Please now. I'm out here, and I don't know how to make it any more plain. I used to love so much, but I don't anymore. And I have so much more than just a limitation of love. But there are consequences for me being myself, and I understand that. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. It's 10:16 a.m. I hope I can go over here and cook me something to eat now, because I had to work through my problems today. And it is Monday, August 10th, 2026. I'm out here. And I'm happy to be able to just talk more about the things that are important to me. Hopefully my blanket's dry, but guess what? It's gonna rain again. So I'm out here. Fuck, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. And I appreciate the information, but what the fuck is it? What is it? Please now. Hopefully I can make some calls and try to figure some shit out, man. I don't know. But I cannot sit out here like this and not have money to even buy what I have to buy. Trying to motherfuckers sit there and want to talk to me and want to threaten, oh, I'm going to turn off the electricity. Nigga, I don't want to be your friend. I don't give a fuck. I'm not your next up and coming talent. Stop watching me on this motherfucking camera all day, all motherfucking night. You still don't got access to me, you punk ass motherfucker. I do not like that nigga. And it's his motherfucking problem, and I don't have to take it. Because that's some creepy ass, inappropriate ass shit, and you can't even have sense enough to be professional, and you want to force me to talk a specific way to you, and then you want to talk about, nigga, I swear to God, you got open mic nights and everything, everybody come and run their motherfucking mouth in your shit, and you gonna call and or talk to the police about me, or cut off, cause I'm talking like something, and then gonna lie to me and tell me, oh, leave at a specific day, and then quietly push me out the motherfucking way, nigga, bye. I'm out here. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. It ain't about that, because you know what? It's a beauty. And I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? I have tried. Motherfuckers try to give me free shit. I didn't want it. They're mad. Nigga, maybe you need to go to a class about fucking self-esteem. Maybe you need to motherfucking get out more. Or something, because I'm not buying that. You cannot use the same, and that's the thing, the same tactics that you believe that I'm supposed to go for because I have a specific belief. I am not going to be in those type of shambles and that type of bondage. But I believe in myself, and I can meet some others and just say a quick hi and bye, and that's it. I don't have to spend so much of my time where it's hard, where I have to basically claw myself from them and find other things in my life to be able to get my life back. I never want to have anybody to find that they have to care about me or to be with me to that point. But even with my son, he is 14. He should be able to have all the stuff, the ink pens, the technology, the devices, the food, the shit, the clothing, everything that he wants. He is learning about how other teenagers are living, even from his devices, and he's picking up on his own cultural awareness. And I have to have regard for that. If that's how he wants to live and be something totally different, why are you wanting to force it? If somebody's going to come around to what you have, let them come around to what you have. Somebody told me, listen, you have to give somebody time to heal. Please, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. But listen, I don't have to let nobody heal me. And also, I can't stop you. I can't do anything. But what I can do is Listen, I have found something totally that is suitable or better for me, and I have to allow that for myself in my life. I'm out here. I have so much to say, but I cannot miss this opportunity to make me find me something to fucking cook. Please, now I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. To eat, I like put on some gas, and that's another thing. These motherfuckers sit there and hardly want anybody to cook with gas anymore to bring the food to life. I mean, because they want to be the only ones. The children don't know shit about gas. They don't know shit. But come on, man. I don't need to fucking dissect a frog. I need to make my own motherfucking chemical elixirs. Please, now I'm out here. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.